Hi guys, welcome back. So, to be honest with you, when I actually started my cat series 3 months ago, I was fully prepared to, manifest this whole new reality for myself. I wanted to score 98 or 99%. I'd started watching IIM vlogs like of other people who have made it to IIMs. I was fully dreaming about those corridors, those three idiots wala corridors, and those curved benches and the green campus. I was completely, crazy about it. Manifesting that reality for myself, I had dreamed so big that, yeah, I'm going to go to IIM Bangalore, and since my parents also stay in Bangalore, I'll take the weekends off, come and visit my family and friends, and go back. And I'll be, surrounded with peers who are so, think so differently, and all the professors who are going to be so encouraging, and my life is going to completely change after that. I had manifested this whole dream for me, and unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know how life is going to turn out, but that's not going to happen anytime soon, it seems like, because this year in CAT 2025 I have scored 84.03 percentile, which is above average, or average I would say, not at all close to my expectation. And I know I had the capacity, I had the potential to score much more, but it just didn't work out. My thoughts for the last 15 days have been crazy. It's been all over the place, and my mind is also racing about what I could have done differently. I shouldn't have covered a lot of different portions. I should have tried and, got a solid understanding of the portions that I had already covered. I should have probably solved more mocks. I shouldn't have taken mocks to the heart or made it demotivate me. There's a lot of ifs and buts and how I could have done better, but it is what it is now. You are here to just hear about my cat scores. Yeah, I scored 84.03 percentile in CAT 2025. But I actually wanted to make a video about something a little more deeper than that, I guess. In the last few days, I was reflecting about what this journey taught me, like the last 2 years where I prepared for CAT, what it taught me that was not reflected on CAT scores, like the scorecard. Uh, yeah, I have journaled about it, and I thought I'd share that with you guys, just to bring a little perspective for anyone who is in the same situation as me, for someone who feels like whatever time and effort and money that they have put in for the last 2 years is going down the drain, which I know I relate to because I feel and I have felt the same way for the last few days. I'm going to share 5 things that last 2 years of preparing for CAT has taught me, despite my average scores. So, first thing, it helped me develop a deeper and more meaningful relationship with myself. So, before starting to study for CAT, I was an average student and I was working. So, all this while, whatever I've studied or whatever I've stuck to routines has been because a manager is watching me, or I'm answerable to a teacher, or something like that. That's been my life until now. But for CAT, there was no one accountable. Like, I was not accountable to anybody. It was just, I took up this challenge because I wanted to, build some financial stability for myself in the future. I was doing the entire thing for my future self. So that taught me the power of being disciplined for myself, like not because anyone else is looking at me or watching over me, but for the first time as an adult, I discovered what it means to be disciplined because I wanted something in my life. I developed the habit of consistency. I had few struggles, like I have shared on this channel before. I was struggling with, phone addictions. and I was struggling with a very horrible negative self-talk. The way my self-talk was before I started this journey, I used to like think about myself as someone who's dumb or someone who can't handle challenges. And the last 2 years has proven to me that I am someone who is reliable, who can handle challenges, who can be disciplined about their goals, who can show up for themselves. So there has been phases in this journey, like there were a few dark days when you failed in mocks and you failed, like everything is a blur and you feel like every like life is moving ahead and everyone is moving ahead and you are falling behind. So those days when I spoke to myself, when I started comforting myself and being gentle with myself and then coming back on track, all that made me develop a deeper relationship with myself, which according to me is invaluable. So my self image drastically improved because of the last 2 years. That is point number one. Point number two, I don't know, it might be a privilege. Of course, it is a privilege. Not everyone gets this opportunity, but I got a chance. I got 2 years where I got a chance to completely work on myself in all aspects of life. I got to work on my mind, like all my mental struggles, all my mental blocks, my limiting beliefs. I got to work on my body. I got back into fitness. I got back into eating nourishing food, and yeah, just working out. I got to know the importance of working out. I got back into my spirit, and hard days which tested my connection with myself and with the universe. I learned to trust in the future even if I can't see it clearly, trust in letting go of control. So yeah, in all aspects I got to work on what it means to build boundaries with friends and families, what it means to maintain relationships that add to your life. There was a lot of aspects of my life. I developed a habit of journaling where I got to reflect on my growth. I got the privilege of 2 years of working on myself, which I know is a very big privilege and not everyone can take a break. So I'm glad that I got that time to discover myself deeply. And I also got comfortable spending more time alone. So because of this journey, I had a lot of phases where I had to study for a long time alone. I had to go figure out coaching centers on my own. I had to travel to those coaching centers on my own. I had to figure out the application process. I had to get comfortable eating food alone. I had to get comfortable going on walks alone, sitting with myself, sitting with my thoughts. So yeah, I just got comfortable spending time alone, which was really difficult for me. The fourth thing is I learned how to forgive myself as a part of this journey, because I had to fail so often in this journey. I learned how to forgive myself. I learned how to let go of control, because there were few days where I just wanted to figure everything out. I wanted to know what the future holds, and I was like, why isn't anything working out for me? Why can't I see the progress anymore? All that. So I learned to let go of control. I learned the power of tiny habit changes. Throughout these last 2 years, there's nothing significant that has changed, but there are small little things that have really made a very big impact. So I learned what is the power of the tiny habit changes and the power of routine in your life. I learned how to surrender to the flow of life. I mean, yeah, everything, be it fitness, be it cat, or your mental health, or family, whatever the aspect of life is, we expect, I think, results to come instantly. Like we put in 2 weeks of effort and we get frustrated with ourselves or the pace with which the life goes. which is not as fast paced as we expect. I mean, I guess I got comfortable with delaying gratification, and finally I fell back in love with creativity. Life happened and I had stopped creating for the last 4 years. And even though I had so much to share and I had not stopped filming, for the last 4 years, but something was holding me back from being open or bold or expressing myself. I think I broke those limiting beliefs or mental blocks. I fell I fell in love with creating videos, filming, editing, writing scripts, and being honest about my thoughts and being bold about expressing them and putting myself out there, which is a win for me. These are the few things that the 2 years of preparing for CAT has given me, which is not reflected on my CAT scores. So, if you are someone who's out there who's on a similar journey as mine and whose scores, has not been up to your expectation, I want you to reflect a little deeper. And if you're comfortable, share with me or share in the comments or just write it down of what these last 2 years, the journey, or last 1 year of preparing for CAT has taught you or has given you, which has not been reflected in your CAT scores. My future plans: am I going to settle for a tier 2 college, or what is it? To be very honest with you, I have no idea. I am at a crossroad where there are so many things that could happen. The end of this whole chapter of CAT and the end of 2025 feels so synchronistic. I am someone who has this long list of goals that I want to achieve and who knows exactly where I'm heading towards. But for the first time in life, I don't know what the year 2026 holds for me. I don't know in which city I'll end up. I don't know in which college I'll end up. I don't even know if I'm going to pursue MBA. If it is even relevant in this age of AI to pursue an MBA, I'm in a very confusing spot. The few options that I have, I'm very sure that I'm going to write my CAT. So my CAT 2, if you don't want to repeat a whole year. There's another exam coming up, which is by MICA, the college, and it kind of seems like a good fit for me because it's more about creativity and marketing, a blend of creativity and marketing, and it feels like a right fit for me. So I'm going to for sure write my CAT 2. But I had also written my CAT last year, and the exam is kind of hard. So I'm a little scared, but yeah, I'm going to write my CAT 2 for sure. The few options that are open for me is getting a job. I'll get a job and then appear next year again, which I really don't have it in me to study again and do this whole process again. But that is one option. And another option is for me to commit to my creativity, which itself is very intimidating. I don't know if I have it in me to fully dive deep into this and give it a serious shot. That is one option. Another option is for me to get a creative job. I was thinking I would love to intern with a influencer, a Bangalore based influencer. I would love to assist them or give some creative ideas, and it could be an enriching process. I would get to learn so much about editing, the back end of things, the brand deals, the money, the effort that goes into planning a shoot and all that. That is something that I'm open to. I have no idea where my life is heading for the next year, and as overwhelming as it is, I am equally excited to see where life takes me, and I would love to share that with you guys. that's about it. Thank you for watching. I wanted to share a crazy idea with you guys. I'm not sure about how I'm going to ideate it or bring it into reality. But last year, 2025, has been quite hard and isolating for many of us. So I thought of hosting a community building activity slash board game evening. It's going to be mostly in the west of Bangalore, so Nagarbavi, Chandra Layout, Raja Rajeshwari Nagar, or Vijay Nagar. If you are someone from these areas, I'm planning to host a board game night, not in my place, but in some third place, like in some cafe or something. So I'm planning to host a board game night in a cafe or in like a third place. I think we're all craving for some community after this whole journey of 2025, and I would love to host you guys, and I would love to bring in people together and have a fun and meaningful night. So if that's something you guys are interested in, it's going to be affordable for sure, because I know mostly college kids and people in our 20s who are still figuring ourselves out are the ones who are following me. Yeah, if that sounds something like you guys are interested in, I'll attach a Google form down below in the description box. Please fill that up. Even if there are 4 to 8 people who are interested, I will make sure to host a fun evening. And that's about it. I'm looking forward to meeting some of you guys offline, and making 2026 a little more meaningful, a little more grounding, a little more of our community, and we get off our phones and meet offline. That's about it, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hearing me out. And I'll see you guys soon. I have so many exciting videos coming up. See you soon.
Tick, 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 tock. Always such a beat, now you got the club locked. No matter what we say.